Since the pandemic, researchers are finding more and more people are dissatisfied with their body images. There appears to be a correlation with social media use, and teenagers are at special risk. Dr. Kumar is on call this morning with more on how we all can take a healthier view of how we look. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm so glad you're doing this because it's such a common problem.
Absolutely. Now, 50% of teenage girls and 25% of teenage boys report feeling unhappy with their body image. Having a poor body image is actually a predictor of low self-esteem, anxiety, depression, even eating disorders. And body images run across a continuum in terms of issues. So first, there's body dissatisfaction, where people have a negative feeling about their body type. And generally, there's a discrepancy between someone's subjective perception of their appearance and what they believe is the ideal body image. And then the next stage is an overvaluation of weight and shape. So much so that people's feeling of self-worth and identity is contingent upon what the scale shows. And then the most extreme is body dysmorphia. And this is actually when people develop obsessive thoughts about their appearance, and they go to these great lengths. They may go through plastic surgery or even avoiding social situations. So it's a really complicated and serious disorder.
And is this a societal or cultural issue, or is there more to this?
Right. So society and culture definitely play a role, but body image is a complex neurologic construct. I mean, it's way more than just not liking the way you look. Now, a recent study from UCLA actually found atypical activation of the parietal lobe in people with body image issues. Now, this is the part of the brain involved in visual information and body awareness. They found that these people actually activate the part of the brain related to detail processing over the part of the brain related to the big picture. And that's why people can get stuck and fixated on a certain aspect of their body and fail to see the whole body or the whole picture. They also found lower serotonin levels in the brains of people with body image issues. So this is a very complicated neurologic issue.
You know, I just think about how I don't know very many people who say, oh, I'm happy with my body, and then you look back at old pictures and you think, I didn't look so bad back then, and you still, you know, it just affects everyone. What are some of the risk factors for developing body image issues?
Okay, well, the amount of time spent on social media correlates to your risk of developing body image issues. And since the pandemic, social media use amongst teens has increased 60%. Now, if you think of like typical platforms on social media, TikTok and Instagram, there's a lack of representation of normal appearing people, and we have, through the use of filters, normalized this idea of perfection. So this computer generated virtual world is really affecting us. Now, genetics also play a role. Having a relative with body dysmorphia or OCD can increase your risk of having these issues. And then finally, that perfectionist personality type. There's a higher incidence of body image issues amongst that group of people.
How do you treat body image issues?
Okay, well, I think a big piece is prevention. So if you have a child who is a teenager, or if you're a teen that's watching right now, take a break from some of those sites, log off for a little while, and don't underestimate the effect all of those visual cues are having on your brain. All of those cues of unrealistic physical perfection are really affecting your brain. Instead, try to follow real people. And we have a definite movement in media and marketing to show real people. That's great. Take a break from those filters. It does not do you any good to create this computer-enhanced version of yourself. And then finally, if you are really struggling, you're avoiding social situations, activities of daily living, you're having obsessive thoughts, it's time to seek greater help. Cognitive behavioral therapy or SSRI type drugs. While they are not necessarily specifically approved for body dysmorphia, they can be helpful given the effect of the serotonin system on this issue.
And talking about CBT, I went through CBT. I found it very, very helpful for mental health issues. So thank you so much, Dr. Kumar. I'm so glad you did this topic. It's really important.
Thanks for having me.